got clean for the first time in 2012, 2013, and struggled. I was in and out of it for a long time, but I've been doing good now for a while. And you know, unfortunately, my mom passed away when I was in treatment last year, and yeah, I've managed to keep my nose clean, which is nice, but. Yeah, that's all I'm willing to give right now.
and
how old were you when you first got into that?
The first time I ever did drugs, I was 13.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's like an actual drug. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
You know, one thing my son was saying the other day is one of the worst drugs right now are opiates. And
yeah, everybody's dying.
Are getting them from their parents' medicine cabinets and various ways, and they're getting really even dying.
I just lost 2 friends. One of my childhood best friends, Cynthia, passed away from an overdose just like 2 weeks ago, and my ex-sister-in-law passed away. As well, I mean, like I dabbled in opiates, but that wasn't like my main things. But yeah, so it's all bad though. It's just in everything. The whole scene's a bad thing. It's bad any way you slice it.
Yeah. You were gonna ask one more thing, Judy.
And just even share what you shared on Global. Like, what did you share at the rally, and why did you even get involved in this movement to wake up other young moms? What's going on with all that? Why are you mad? Why are you, as a young mom, why are you mad at it? Because every woman in this room, we're all either don't know about it or we know a little bit.
I'm just fully against the sexualization of my children and generations to come and the generations that are here. I was telling you about this, the whole, you know, I just believe in inclusivity, but you know, we have the right to freedom of religion and to parent our children. And I thought there was nothing wrong with, you know, when you're in the latter end of elementary school learning about puberty and body hair, and like, you know, I think we watched a video on HIV or something. You know, now we don't need to be questioning what gender we are at 5, and you know.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's bad. It's bad. It's, you know, you know, like, totally love everybody, right? And I think that a lot of the people that bash what we're fighting for think that we just like hate gay people and hate trans people, and that's not it at all. I'm just not.
They're just mixed up people. That's all.
Nothing, you know what? Like, totally love them no matter what. That's not even that's not even what it's about. It's about my kid and what they get taught at a public school. I'm a taxpayer just like the rest of the world, and yeah, it's just, you know, like, I want to be the one to teach her about that. She doesn't need to know.
And how you teach her about it.
Yeah, and not at 5, not in kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know.
And like what you teach her about, like, you know. Like, you know, when they, you know, they're going to teach that gender is fluid and that this is all natural and normal and it's totally fine. Like, you might choose to teach Brooklyn that you don't agree that that's natural and normal. I mean, according to what the Bible says or whatever you said, teacher, right? And we should have the freedom to be able to teach our kids our view on it, not them learn first from the school that it's normal when maybe we don't agree with that.
Well, and you know, a lot of it too is like, you know, of course she's gonna, you know, this stuff is in the world that we live in. She's, you know, kids are gonna need to know about it, but it's like when, you know what I mean? Like, they want to bring this in at kindergarten.
That's too young.
You know, and like when they're already doing things in Vancouver, like having sex activists come in and teach really dirty, awful things about like masturbation and anal sex and oral sex and things like that. And this is like an assembly with grade 8 to 12 kids, and this is already happening in Vancouver. You know what I mean?
It's you say this is already happening.
Already happening.
When Natasha was in kindergarten, she's 31 right now.
Yeah.
She was going to the fine arts school in Fort Langley, and they sent a note home this week saying there's going to be a lady come to talk about sexuality to the kids. So I thought, okay, well, I'll take her brother a year younger, and we'll go and hear what they say. It'll be like stranger danger and, you know, that sort of thing. If you're not comfortable with somebody, go home, you know, that kind of thing. I had my mouth hanging open the whole time. They taught everything you were just talking about, masturbation, with boys, you know, ejaculating in their beds and playing with themselves and how to have sex. And how to have sex in kindergarten. I went to the principal. I sent a big letter with about 100 signatures on it about how terrible it was. And the principal, he must have spent hours replying to me. It was a 6-page letter. And one of the lines I'll never forget, he said, "What is your problem?" Yes, she explained how to have sex, but that is how you do it, isn't it? It's not a good subject. And they're kindergarten kids.
Not a kindergarten. Puberty,
It hurts.
It's all the evil that's
So that was
coming
a
out
long
in the
time
world
ago.
now. It's all
Like
the-
how long? 20 years?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
There's just too much evil coming out in the world nowadays.
Kids don't need to know about that, right?
They're just trying to control us even more, you know, the governments, and it's the governments that are doing it.
Picking out our schools.
And the evilness that's in the world, and they just don't care. They want to destroy Christianity, and, you know.
And Cassie, share what you said about your confusion as a teenager. It's hard enough being confused anyway.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like I went through like a phase, you know, where I had like crazy colored hair and I wore all black for like a long time, you know what I mean? Like a whole goth thing, and that's bad enough, you know what I mean? Like you go through that and it's like a trend, right? And this whole, you know, like this gender dysphoria is, you know, like I've never gone through it, so I don't know, but I mean it's like, you know, classified as a mental, what's the word?
disorder.
Yeah, you know, mental illness. And I just think that it's, you know, going to become another trend where, you know, everybody, you know, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to have it. And, you know, people are going to be cutting off healthy body parts and you can't go back.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like we're going to have half a generation sterile and killing themselves. And, you know, like anybody who's going to be a therapist, you're going to make good money in the future. I'd get into it now.
Get out of school confused as to who and what they are,
Yeah.
their value, how precious they are,
Yeah.
how priceless each life is.
It's interesting because when you say something about Soji to somebody, I said to my physio, and when I went this week, "Have you heard about the Soji thing?" And he said, "Soji, I've heard that word. What is it?" So I told him what it was, and we talked about it for a bit. And he said, "You know, when I was in high school, I knew this fellow. I wasn't good friends with him, but he was always confused about who he was." And he said, "I've heard through Facebook and friends who have continued to contact him that he went transferred to be a woman, and now he's straightened right out, and he so regrets having the body changes."
86% of them regret it.
Yeah.
So sad, tragic, lost little.
So it's a good way to introduce the subject to people. Most people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Don't know
And
it's
yet
happening.
they're paying for it with their taxes. They have no clue what they're paying for.
Yeah, exactly.